Hi and welcome to the Purpose Podcast, the show that helps you discover your purpose and to release equity within. My name is Andre Spence, I'm the Purpose Coach. I speak, I coach, and I run some awesome events. But life wasn't always so purposeful. I started out my career on a reality TV show called Sweet 16 on MTV, and I scoured the entertainment and creative land doing multiple different types of jobs. But I always left feeling fear, frustration, and failure. But my mentors helped me to navigate and helped me to discover my purpose. It's my hope through sit-downs with my influential friends and industry leaders that this podcast will serve you as your mentor and help you discover your purpose and release equity within. So today, I've got one of my friends with me. So I've got my paper and my pen out, and his name is... What's his name, guys? His name is Nathan
Hector.
Hector, give him a round of applause. So I'm going to read the bio that I saw on Nathan's LinkedIn because he never actually gave me a bio. But it says, Nathan Hector is an actor, host, executive producer. Nathan has starred in such films such as The Intent, The Come Up, and The Weekend Movie, which are all currently on Netflix worldwide. Have you seen it, Mike? Have you watched it?
Yeah, actually have.
Wow, come on. How was it?
Yeah. My
Yeah,
guy.
it's Mike. Yeah. Mike, he knows everything about films. Since 2016, Nathan has been shaking up the tables, I was about to say, but I don't want to shake the tables because we've got water on there. Hosting, live, emceeing around the world with artists such as Kojo Funds.
Yeah.
Such as D Block. I'm going to allow you to chip in because it says chip here. So
D Block Europe, Chip, Post Malone. As of recent, Little Dirk.
Nice. And in the summer of 2018, Nathan decided that he wanted to dig a little bit deeper into the music world and has recently executive produced his own mixtape with the best emerging talent in the UK so far. The mixtape is set to be released in the summer of 2019. In 2019, Nathan founded All or Nothing
Records.
Bad man. Nathan, how you doing, bruv?
I'm good, brother.
Spot me there because we're both from London, and that's what you do in London. All right, Nathan, just give us your story, bruv. And as you talk, I'm going to write down some points, and then we're just going to get this conversation going.
I grew up in East London, in a place called Pill Close. My mum moved in there when she was 18. She had me at 17, 3 days before her 18th
So when was
birthday.
you born? Go back.
June 1992.
1992.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You grew up and you were born in?
Leighton Stone, Whips Cross Hospital, yeah.
Wow. Down the road.
So my mum had me at a super young age. We moved into where we're at now in Chingford, and we have never left, man, which I'm super grateful for because it's like I've had my best and my worst times there, and I've got to grow and I got to grow up with like a bunch of friends from like nursery onwards. And I guess what living in that particular place done was taught me a sense of community and just sticking, like loyalty, you know, and just sticking with kind of the same friends that you've had, you know. We have never moved, but my nan moved into Chingford when I was like about 8, 9. So I started living with my nan like on and off. So I'd go between my mum and my nan's. I went to Wellington Primary School.
Pop, even though I don't know what they are.
Dead primary school.
Wow.
And then I moved to Lartswood in year 3, year 4, Lartswood Primary School. Then I went to Chingford Foundation School, which was like 5 minutes from my house.
Was that a good school? Or?
It was alright, but I just wasn't well behaved, you know. Left school at, of course, 16 years old. I didn't leave with the best GCSEs. I was a class clown. And
what did you get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
E's, G's, U's.
Wow.
It wasn't. Yeah, I didn't.
MNLP.
I did not care about my GCSEs, and that's a message to all the kids out there. You need to care still, even if you don't end up using them. Like in the real world, like getting an education is like not like a bad thing, you know. Yeah. I left school, and I realized shortly after I left school that my favorite subject was drama. I guess that was my outlet. That's where I kind of let out a lot of emotions I'd been holding back because I wasn't really
emotional.
Yeah, I wasn't emotional. I didn't really know how to express my feelings. So I guess that was like the one subject in school where I just let it all out. Big up my drama teacher, Tracy Chandler, though. I don't know where she is now.
Big up. Hopefully we can get...
She was my form tutor, I think. It was that form shoot. Yeah, form shoot.
You're
Yeah.
not that old. Calm down.
And yeah, I left. I went to Chicken Shed Theatre.
I thought you said you went to the chicken shop.
No, I did go to the chicken shop a couple of times after school.
Size.
Went to a Morley's a couple of times. Cool. Went to Chicken Shed Theatre in North London. Studied there, studied performing arts. And it was whilst I was there that I started running. I was an intern in a lot of different short films and music videos and whatever else. And also whilst I was there, I dived into club street promoting in West End. So I was promoting in clubs like Penthouse, Bar Rumba, Stanza, Storm, Alto, which was on Wednesdays. Yeah. Studio. There was just so many.
In Soho,
yeah. There was. I started there, and I guess that's where my whole networking brain started kicking in. I realized that maneuvering around these different places at 16, 17, 18 kind of allowed me to network and meet different people, and yeah, man, I was doing a lot of that whilst I was in college. So I stopped running, I carried on promoting, and then I started doing extra work. So I was an extra.
I did that too.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I was on the bill. Bill.
I was
get him!
I was an extra a couple of times in EastEnders, 4321, Shank. These are like early urban feature films, and then the whole social media thing started shortly after the extra work. So I was like in the first urban online drama series called No ID. The first online drama series in the UK. It was called No ID. I played a character called Labels.
Who headed that up?
Emil Thompson. He called himself Emil Terenze. He's wicked. But again, like I was applying to like small casting jobs on Star Now. And I think as a start, if you're gonna use a starter pack, starnow.com, castingcallpro.com, these are things that I think all emerging talent should use, even if it's unpaid extra work or whatever it is.
Who's your extra agency? I used to be under one called Ray Knight.
2020 casting, I think. But a lot of the extra work would come through like Star Now, Casting Call Pro. So Emil that created No ID had replied to my message that I'd sent like 2 months prior, because he put out like a casting call saying he was looking for actors for a series, but I thought it was a TV series. So I met him when I was like 17 turning 18, and I was still in college actually, and I
so no GCSEs but college.
You
said GCSEs you flunked but you got into college.
Yeah, it was an all-inclusive college, innit?
Oh,
so
cool.
they had me in there just purely based off interview purposes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, wicked college, man.
Give him a round of applause. That was quite good. EDGU, but then get in college. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I then met Emil in Walthamstow McDonald's in 2000 and.
So you're definitely eating a healthy.
9, 10. No. Anyway, I met him, and then like at the end of the conversation, he basically said, "Bro, it's for YouTube, you know." I said, "Ah." In my head, I'm thinking, this guy didn't just bring me in here on the bus to talk to me about YouTube, because YouTube wasn't a thing back then. YouTube was not the in thing.
What year was this?
Like 09, 010.
Yeah, that was.
You know, YouTube was
very new.
Super dead. You know, so I just thought, what? YouTube? Please stop it. And their series ended up being super successful, and I done like loads of different short films in between that one series. So I done like Illegal Activity, YOLO Therapy, Melody, 50 Shades of Tanisha, which is probably my biggest short film to date. That was back in 2013. And my two co-stars in that are doing super well now. So we've got One Asen, who's like a big artist now, and Jessica Plummer, and she's a regular in EastEnders.
Go on.
And then from there, just the network, it started expanding, and just I started to go into more events. My confidence started getting a bit more sociable, and that's how I landed my one role in the Intent 1 and Intent 2, and then my one role in the Weekend Movie, and it's just gone from there. And then hosting has came around, and yeah, man, it's been a long journey, full of ups and downs and mistakes and just trials and tribulations, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I don't think, no.
Sounds like a good story, right, guys?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna take it right back. Right. You mentioned and I'm gonna get into some probably deeper stuff. He already said to me he didn't want to go deep, but I want to know the truth. You mentioned how you have such a great relationship with your mum and your nan, but you never mentioned your dad. So I wrote on this piece of paper and I wrote a question mark and I wrote dad. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just been a very complicated relationship between me and him. He wasn't really around as I was a child, and then it's like I'd see him like here and there. Like I can count off two hands how many times I've seen my dad in my 27 years of living. You know, and I feel like as I've got older, it started to affect me more. And it's just.
Do you think it's something that affected your school? Because you said that in school, you were the class clown and you didn't get great results. But I know that you're intelligent.
Yeah.
So if you
probably, I don't want to like blame it all on him because it's also a choice. But like a lot of my probably like the way I was misbehaving and just stuff I got nicked for when I was young. Probably could have been avoided if I'd one, just listened to my mum, and two, had a male figure to talk to. Yeah. So
how did you change your mindset? Because you said it was about choice, and then evidently you made a choice later. But how did?
I think I got nicked when I was 13, and then
for people that don't know what the word nicked means,
I got arrested when I was 13.
Okay, let's say the right thing.
And then
you nearly went to jail.
And then I got arrested again when I was 16. And then it's just like, I think after the second time I got arrested and I almost like went jail, I could have said, not even that I could have said, I did say to myself, I might as well just go the right way instead of the left way. And I just made a choice that like I would never go back there. And I also made a choice of fuck him. I don't wanna nah. And by the time I was like 15, 16, I'd already made a choice that it's just me, my mum, my nan, and that's it.
Okay.
Like I don't.
But if he wanted to come back and repent, would you?
We're slowly but surely now. Like
because you would like that.
Not necessarily that I'd like it. I'm not really bothered if I'm being completely honest.
But do you think you just shut yourself down?
Yeah, because it's just like it's just a repetitiveness of.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Of hurt, innit?
Yes.
Like you come in or you go in, or you come in or you go in. It's just like, which one is it? You know what I mean? And it's not just that like he's gone off and had a whole separate family away from our father and son relationship. So I don't really know. I've never known where I stand with you. You know what I mean?
So did that affect how you would communicate with other people in general, like not trusting people?
A little bit, yeah. I have like
trust issues.
Trust issues, yeah. Yeah, I do, yeah.
I want to sing an Usher song or something for you.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have like a little bit of trust issues because of that. But not everyone's.
So I have a question. What's your biggest fear?
Becoming a washed up older on the block, talking about what money I did have, who I did know, and just not like reaching my full potential.
And do you see a lot of people doing that?
I've seen a couple people in my time like have it all, lose it all. Obviously, you never know someone's full situation, but like a lot of people get on that are older than you. They'll like to stunt on you. They'll like to talk down to you, and then they'll lose it all. And I guess that kind of humbles them. I know they're talking about who they did know. Oh, but I used to have that, and that's the car I used to drive. And nah, not my portion. Absolutely not. But that's just me. I don't know what anyone else thinks.
Okay, so what is the ultimate goal?
I can't lie, man. I just want to be successful. And when people ask me, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Bro, I don't know, man. I just want to continue to work hard and just keep God by my side, you know?
What does success mean to you?
Happiness and retiring my mum and making sure my mum's good and my loved ones are good. I mean, when I say loved ones, I mean those that have supported me when I've had nothing. Like, I think like people see success in different ways, innit? Like, the money, the house, the cars, that's all materialistic things that come along with the product of your hard work. But it doesn't mean you're going to have it forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to die with my house. I'm not going to die with my car. I'm not going to die with my money. But if I can leave something behind for my family.
So you're talking about legacy?
Yeah, it's more of a legacy. Yeah.
So what do you think your purpose is?
I don't know, bro. That's a mad question. Because I don't get asked these questions, innit? I don't get asked questions like that. I don't know. I don't know what my purpose is, but what I do know for now is that
So at this moment in time, you're living to be happy and to retire your mum.
Yeah, man. And I think my purpose right now is probably like just getting on stage and just with a mic and just watching other people have fun, and that I get paid to do that.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
It's nice.
I'm the number 1 host in the UK. I can't complain. Huh?
They haven't had the podcast yet.
I know.
Just joking around. So, I'm going to challenge what you said about happiness, because ultimately, we think that I hear this all the time. We all say they want to be happy, but let's be real. Are you happy all the time?
No, not all the time. I wake up some days and I want to punch someone in the face for no reason. But that's something, again.
Thank God that's just a wall.
Yeah, it's just stuff I'm working.
That's right. So
with myself,
because I'm sure that you would agree that all the hardships that you went through, of failing GCSEs, of being the class clown and realizing, right, I got to shift these things up and getting older, all of that kind of stuff, where you would have been put down or whatever it was, because you had ADHD as well, isn't it?
Yeah, still do.
Still do, yeah. So we'll get onto that in a second. I'll write that down.
Yeah,
ADHD. But do you not believe that the pain that you went through also helped mold you into who you are today?
No, definitely, 110%. I guess, like my mum and especially my mum always made it a thing of having me around my cousins, and she really made an effort to surround me with my family and kind of let me know that I'm loved, and I knew I was loved, but I didn't really have a relationship with any of my cousins like that, because they were all siblings. Do you know what I mean? So I'd get walked into different family environments and they would all be siblings and I'd be the only child, and because I was like a bit too much for them, I'd always feel like an outsider in a way. You know what I mean? So I guess like the way I am now is a product of that. Like I'm always showing love. Like 2021 and wanted to have loads of friends, and I guess that's me. Like that's my inner child saying, love me. But like I'm 27 now and it's like, I'm alright. Like I don't need loads of friends. I've got a select few that are like family and I'm cool with those, And I guess that as I've got older, I just realised not everyone's your friend, and people will take advantage of your kindness and use you for your potential. And then when you don't benefit them no more, they disappear. So yeah.
And so how did you cope with all of that within your story of putting yourself out there?
Bro, you know what? Life is just an ongoing thing, bro. Figuring shit out. I ain't got it figured out yet. And I think society makes you feel like by the time you're 25, you need to have it figured out. Bro, no one has this shit figured out. And if they tell you they do, they're lying to you. Everyone's winging it. And life is just a constant thing of figuring it out. Like the way I'm talking now and the things I'm admitting to myself and addressing with myself, I wouldn't have been able to do that 2 years ago. But situations make you see people for what they are and who they are, and kind of make you. Life forces you to grow. That's it. Life forces you to grow, and when you're put in certain situations, you either get backed up into a corner, you either fold or you address yourself and say, no, maybe I'm the problem here, and you move, and that's it.
That's good. And you mentioned about ADHD.
Yeah. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. I was diagnosed with it, I think, age 6 or 7. I was on Ritalin from like 8, 9, 10 years old.
What's Ritalin?
Ritalin was a pill that I was prescribed to calm me down. And what the pill used to do to me is turn me into a zombie. Yeah. I'd completely go quiet. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would lose my appetite. I would get headaches.
That's right.
And then when it would wear off after like 10 hours, not that, but I'd eat like a madman.
And you got fat? So you went skinny, fat, skinny? I'm just joking, sorry.
Nah, I'm just got a little belly. But yeah.
But you said to me on the phone that you felt that actually helps you to do what you do on stage.
Yeah, it does.
So do you think it's just
I think
if I was
like, if I was like some boring geezer that had no personality and I wasn't like as active and like hyperactive as I am, I don't think I'd be able to do what I do. Like you need a certain level of energy and confidence to be able to do that. And I think from a young age, I've always had confidence. Even when people would tell me, "Oh, you're ugly," or this or that, and just be negative, I'll just be like, "Oh, whatever." Like, obviously, in the back of my head, it's affecting you, of course. But like, I've never let that stop me from going after what I wanted to do. You know, so yeah, man. I guess like going into hosting, it was never a plan of mine, or it was never like a goal. But I guess I just woke up one day and said, you know what? Acting is sick, and I will always have a passion for the arts, but I want to become the #1 hype man in the country, and that's exactly what I went and did, you know. And that's just my opinion to myself. And I think if you're gonna do something, you better do it to be the best, or just don't do it at all. And if you don't tell yourself you're the best, then again, don't do it at all.
So you're talking about self-confidence?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, there's people in life that will kind of tell you, oh, well, you can't do that, or just kind of snigger your, like, if you're telling a friend or one of your associates about your goals and what you're doing, they'll kind of just snigger at you and not take you serious. But then they'll start taking you seriously when it starts happening for you, you know. And it's just like, I've always known that I can be this person, I can be this guy.
That you are that person.
Yeah, I don't need validation from anyone. And I think that once upon a time, I felt like I needed the validation and I needed the cosign. Bro, the only person that needs to co-sign me is me.
Come on.
And that's it. I validate.
He's preaching.
I validate myself. I don't need, like, you know what I mean? And look, anyone that's ever showed me love and support, bro, I love you from the bottom of my heart, because without that support and that love and that encouragement, I guess you kind of fall short of what you think you want to be. But because everyone needs a bit of support and encouragement and love, you know. But just in terms of me doing what I know I can do, I don't need anyone to tell me, yeah, bro, you're sick now. Bro, I've been sick from the moment I could flip.
Wow.
I'm talking.
I've been sick from...
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
From
like,
day.
No, but people do this thing where they think, like, I know Russ said it, American Russ, yeah? He said this, yeah?
He's drinking the water. That's why you heard the...
Society, like, thinks they can greenlight your confidence, innit? They feel like...
Well, that's a word.
Huh?
I said that's a word.
That's what they do. Like, it's like you have to achieve this crazy amount of things before you can have confidence. And it's just like, no.
Do you know what's really mad? Sorry, I need to just stop you there for a second. I realised I've got a book there called Recovery Russell Brand, and it's got my safe key in the book. So I need to get that. Sorry.
I can see the gap.
Can you see the gap? Just letting anybody know.
It's
really random. Random. Continue, sir. Sorry, that's my brain. That's how my brain operates, and I just gotta go with it. Yeah,
man. I just feel like you need a certain level of confidence, and people will just mistake it for arrogance. But
it's confidence.
Yeah, but I can't
take my confidence for arrogance.
Yeah, man. And it's always people that aren't sure of themselves, or like you start to rub people up the wrong way because people have one perception of you. So it's like people can't stand the thought of you being from the same area, and they just remember the old you. Do you know what I mean? So now they're seeing you with a bunch of new people and you're becoming successful, or you're leveling up in your life. It's like, hold on, no, we need you to be that guy. But it's like, no, I'm this guy now. And that's the way I'm going to continue to be to elevate my life. And I can't chill with and associate with people that just want to stay in one place. I need to surround myself with people that want to move on up in life. And
also, you know, you said earlier that, you know, you got yourself out there. So you was talking about networking. I know you was on another podcast and I heard you talking about networking. You did something like that.
You need to network.
Let's talk about the power of networking. Because me personally, like I've said to Mike before, what do I say about networking? Have you heard me say something about networking? You heard me say a lot of stuff.
Network.
Come on, mate.
I understand. I like networking, and I've got my own opinions on it.
Yeah.
But it gets on my nerves a lot of the time. Like when I'm seeing people networking, I can see when somebody's hungry to network and communicate with you, and I don't like the way that people operate in it. And I do think there's really great principles about it. But what do you think about networking and the importance of it?
I think just have conversations, bro.
Thank you.
Don't go in there and be like, yeah, I'm here to network. Like,
thank you.
Just have genuine conversations, and you'll be able to gauge. If you're a good judge of character, you'll be able to gauge who's fake and who's not, and who wants something out of you straight away and who's not. You know what I mean? I don't have friendships based on the fact that someone can do something for me. You know, I just happen to have friends that are great at music, great at acting, they're great influencers, they're great reality TV, you know what I mean? But I also have normal friends that have normal jobs that can't do anything for me, but that doesn't devalue my friendship with you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like I've got normal friends in my real life.
So we're talking about friendships now. So what types of friends are there?
The friends that I've got.
What types of friends are there in general, and what ones do you need?
All of them. You mad? I need all my friends. 110%. I'm an only child. Not to say that
I'm an
only child, bro. Like I grew up with all my friends. Like there's certain friends of mine that I've had conversations with that have practically changed my life in a way, and just changed my thought process. And you know what I mean. I think everyone's kind of had a part to play. You know what I mean. So like I don't not need any of my friends, and I need all my friends around me.
But what about if somebody's a Judas?
What?
A Judas. Do you know what Judas is? So in the Bible, there was Jesus and there was Judas, isn't it? So there's the guy that betrayed Jesus.
So
and he was his friend, like, do you know what I mean? He was a close associate.
I've had close friends of mine basically betray my trust, and I've super distanced myself away from them because I just can't have energy like that around me, you know? And I'm just like, nah, you're not good for my soul, bro. I love you with all my heart, but you can't be around me no more. And I guess I didn't have to say anything. We just naturally just drifted apart, you know. And when you're taking people along with you on your journey, and they're doing silly things like, I don't know, like teeth in phones, or they're just doing stupid things, and
that's not even a Judas. That's a thief.
You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I can't have that around me, man. So like if you've got like someone else in your team and they're telling you, bro, and they're checking for you and telling you, bro, check my man, it's not good, and X, Y, Z. And it turns out...
In fact, I think Judas in the Bible, he actually did steal. He did actually steal. But the main part is that he betrayed Jesus. But it was actually a good thing as well, because if he didn't betray him, then he wouldn't have died, which it sounds bad, but then we wouldn't have had salvation, etc. Isn't it? Don't know why I did versus commas. I like you mentioned about... Ultimately, it seems that in your story, you've constantly persevered through all weathers, through all seasons. What do you think about the importance of persevering?
It's a form of patience, isn't it?
Oh, that's a word.
Yeah, form of patience, man. I think, like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm closer than I was 10 years ago. I started off as a runner. I went from being a runner to an extra to online actor to my little features in Netflix and movies and whatnots, and it's just like I've been super patient, and now that patience is running thin. I can't even lie. Like
I just want you to laugh.
Yeah, the patience is running thin because it's like, when is it going to be my time? But
wow,
the time's now. You know, it's everything's happening and materializing as I speak, and it's a good time for me. I can't front. I'm super grateful and I'm super blessed, but when my time actually comes, or whatever people want to call it, I'm not going to act like I'm surprised. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, because I've been working for a long time for it, you know?
Somebody said something to me and they said to me in the beginning of the year that, Andre, you're actually walking in God's promise for your life. And when I looked at my life and the things I've been able to achieve over the last couple of years, let's not deny that there's aspects of what we dreamt about and what we wanted, or things that we didn't even may have mentioned, but they've actually materialized, that we are actually, the time is now.
I mean, even down to me touring with Little Dirk, and we're about to play Brixton Academy, O2 Brixton, 5,000 people. And I remember, like, me and my good friend George Foster, we was on a train going to Peterborough or somewhere far, and I said, bro, can you imagine, like, in a couple of years if I got to play like Brixton Academy, and it's finally happening on this.
Can we give him a round of applause? Come on, that.
On the 6th, on the 6th of February, man. So it's just like,
you stop biting your nails.
Cut that out of the interview.
No.
Yes.
Stop biting them.
On the 6th of February, man, to 2020. So.
Well done.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Anybody got any questions for him?
You guys can ask me anything, by the way.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Okay, thanks. Now that you know what you know now, if you were to look back 3 years ago, what 3 things would you have told yourself in terms of, I don't know, life? You know.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat what you said. No, it's good. It's just so that we got it on microphone, correct? Yeah. What Uche asked is, if you were to look back, what would you tell your younger self 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
So it's your 17-year-old self.
The love that you're giving, you need to give more of that love to yourself.
Wow, that's a bit deep.
Not everyone's your friend. You can't trust everyone. You know what I mean?
To yourself. And then what's the second one?
Not everyone's your friend.
That was the third one. Not everyone
is your friend.
Yeah.
And you can't trust everyone. Is the third one.
Who haven't you been able to trust?
Good couple of people that I thought are good, and you can't.
We spoke about it the other day.
And people just there's a lot of frauds in this game and life, but we move.
Yeah, I just want to talk about that just really quickly. I'm honoured to have been speaking to you.
We've got 15 minutes.
We got how long I say. This is my show. But seriously, how do those people present themselves to you? Like,
I mean, look, anyone that's gonna come to you and bitch about someone else, like, you're doing the same thing about me, and you want me to join in? Nah, I don't trust you.
So if they're gossiping,
yeah, if they're gossiping, and if they've come and told me about a certain person, and then they're pally and they're friends with that certain person,
wow.
or if they're falling out with their best friend and they're coming to me and bitching about that friend, and then they're going to chill with that friend the next month, bro, I don't trust you. I'm not on it. Nah, allow it, because that's the same shit my dad used to do. Come and tell me XYZ, and then go off and go and do something else, and then cut. Nah, I want to see you eat, just not on this table. Wow. Stay over there.
I want to see you eat, but just not at this table.
Because people do this thing where they
see you. See,
do you get what I'm saying?
Am
I making sense?
Not at this table.
I like it still. Cool beard.
You didn't tell me that.
I said I like your beard.
I shaped this up myself.
I said yeah, it's hard.
Amen.
Don't be a hater, bro. It's not cool, man.
It's my show. I want to see you eat, but not at this table. That's a mad thing. That's a mad. But what kind of tables? What kind of table are you talking about? Because I like.
You know what it is? People just want to come and just feel like because they're your friends or you're cool with them, that they could just ride along and just. What you bringing to the table? Because I'm bringing the table, chairs, and the ingredients, and I'm cooking it myself, and I'm eating my own food. So, unless you're bringing something,
if you're doing all of that, what can they bring though?
Huh?
If you bring the table, the chairs, and the ingredients, and cooking the food, what else can they bring?
I don't know.
Water?
They can bring their own.
Yeah, they can bring their own. They can bring. You get what I'm saying?
That's not the
They can bring extra ingredients.
I get what you're saying.
For the ambience.
Okay, so they can bring dessert. You cook the main.
Yeah.
And Mike can bring the dessert.
Big up, man.
And you can bring. Salad. I don't eat from white food.
The man there can bring cocktail sausages.
Cocktail sausages. We got 3 white people inside the gaff, bro. They can bring cocktail sausages.
This is the new One Direction, right?
Yeah.
I'll take One Direction.
You're not involved. Cocktail sausages. What are you gonna bring?
I'll take salad then.
Salad.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you bring, Josh?
All of it.
All of it.
Quality, innit?
Yeah, come on.
Big Josh Clayden in the building.
Right, so last, maybe not least question. What do you think it is to be a leader?
You had a question.
Oh, yeah, you had a question. He doesn't want to hear from me anymore.
Has any of you guys got questions? None of y'all?
Yeah, we haven't got time for thinkers.
He's not being serious.
What question? Similar thing. So he's going to ask you advice for long. What is it to be a leader?
You got to be a leader from the back, and I think what is it to be a leader? Feeding your people, man, and making sure your
feeding your people or feeding
your people and making sure your people are straight, especially those that are contributing to your journey. And like I've got a team that are on the road with me, like my manager Jem, my cameraman Daniel, and I got to make sure they're looked after. You know what I mean? And it's all on me. It's not on anyone else. You know.
Serving.
Yeah, I got a team to take care of. I got a family to take care of, and like everyone's a boss until it's time to feed your people. And bro, you're only a boss if you are feeding yourself and your team, but you got to feed your team before you feed yourself, you know. And that's just something that I'm learning as I go along. That's what I think being a leader is. I might be wrong.
Amazing. Can we give Nathan Hector a round of applause?
Oh, can I just say that I'm very proud of you. You're smashing it, mate.
Thank you so much.
My cousin's cousin, you know.
Yes.
Try
most
to call me.
definitely.
Try to call me. I've got my friend. We're cousins.
We definitely are. Definitely are. So yeah, this has been the Purpose Podcast. Woo! The very first one. Yeah. And apparently at the end of these things, they say that you need to subscribe. If you could subscribe, that would be good, please, because it wasn't free for these microphones. Weren't they expensive microphones, Nathan? They are?
I don't know. I didn't set them up still.
Yeah, but you said it was quite expensive.
Yeah, they look expensive still.
Okay, cool.
Callum, they're expensive, innit?
Yeah,
No, they're pleased.
It's a little bit of money, guys. They do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Big up to Callum. Can we give him a round of applause? We really want to thank him. Callum Roots, he shoots Halfcast Podcast and he consulted us on this. Big up to Mike, man like Mike.
Big up Mike.
For shooting.
Big up yourself.
And we've got the guys, Josh and Jordan in the building, and we've got Uche. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram or Twitter, which is at Andre Spence, at Nathan
Hector. That's my Instagram, by the way. I don't have Twitter.
And
it's been suspended.
And Purpose been suspended. And Purpose Podcast. I think I'm going to put a Patreon account on this. So if we do have one, please make sure you donate £1 or $1 million. We'll be really grateful for that. Until next time, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Woo!